We are walking across the only bridge in Japan that actually goes underneath a torii gate leading to a Shinto shrine. Leave a bow. We are actually walking up to Yaotomi Shrine on Takeshima Island, a national treasure here in Japan. This is a spiritual place. We'll tell you about the Benzaiten goddess, the Buddhist goddess, and what she's all about in another video. But this place is so sacred. For example, even in the year 1600, 400 plus years ago, Tokugawa Ieyasu purportedly came here to pray before the Battle of Sekigahara, asking for victory. Even the Emperor Meiji stayed here, well, actually across, but came to the island apparently over 100 years ago. So this is a very spiritual place in Japan. People come to pray for happiness and safety in childbirth and a prosperous marriage. So we'll tell you about that in just a moment. Welcome to Takeshima, spiritual island in Japan, one of the 7 lucky Benzaiten shrines. Cool place. All right, so we're walking up the stairs in the path to Yaotomi Shrine. And this is on Takeshima Island in southern Aichi Prefecture, Japan. And this is a pretty unique place. But first I'm going to tell you about the guy who created, actually, or established the shrine. Now, this is a sacred island. It has been for centuries. And so in 1181, all right, this low-ranking Fujiwara clan member, right? His name was Fujiwara no Toshinari, more famously known as the Waka poet Shunzei. And so he was actually the governor of this area, Mikawa, which was dominated by the Matsudaira clan. Later on, it was, I believe, the Udon, one of those clans. Anyway, we'll tell you later in a piece of writing. But basically, they established the shrine here with the Benzaiten sect for Buddhism, but also it's Shinto. So the interesting thing is this, the goddess who is enshrined here, her name is Ichikishima Hime no Mikoto in Japanese, but that actually comes from Saraswati, the Hindu god in India, and Benzaiten, the Buddhist god, which obviously made its way from China, well, from India through China and Korea. And so this shrine's established in 1181 by Shunzei, right? This Fujiwara clansman. Sorry, the stairs made me tired. And so there's some interesting stories here. Whereas, for example, he is a Waka poet, quite famous. And so at one point, his residence not far in this area, apparently during the Genpei War, there was a Taira clansman who actually snuck into his residence, even in the middle of the war, and he said, "Hey, can you include one of my Waka poets in this collection that you're making?" And believe it or not, later on, apparently he did. Now, the Taira clansman, he, in the middle of this war, sneaks back to his camp, and he manages to get this Waka poet into the collection of 1,000 years, which is quite unique because this Shunzei was a low clansman. Walk around here a little bit so you can see things. He was a lower-level, courtier and a clansman in the Fujiwara clan, but the retired emperor Go Shirakawa asked him to actually write this collection of 1,000, poems, basically. And it was the 7th imperial, analogy, or 7th imperial collection of these poems, which is pretty significant, right? So that, that's a little bit about him. A little bit more about the shrine you're seeing here. This, now again, it's a Japanese shrine, but part of the Benzaiten sect of Buddhism. But also, when people come here, there's this bridge that you cross, and the bridge goes through, actually a torii gate, which is pretty cool. And when people cross the bridge, couples hold hands and hope for a happy, life together. It's also, this goddess is a goddess of prosperity, as well as, safety in childbirth and wealth and fortune, as well as the arts and literature, which I think I mentioned earlier. So there's a lot going on here in this shrine. So hope you enjoyed a little bit of a tour. I'll put some more in writing for you to learn a little bit more.